Didac Vila. Leaving it for Dara there. Naldo square to Lopez. Oh, it's a poor touch, and he recovered well, to be quite honest. Kevin Gameiro would be annoyed he lost out there the opportunity to take full advantage of the slip.
Yeah, it was equally poor from Kevin Gameiro, to be honest with you.
Dada seeking to link with Moreno, couldn't quite manage it. Here's Thomas Partey. Well won back by Sanchez. Moreno, good ball in. I think Melendo was just a little bit slow to see what Gerard's intentions were there. Didn't seem to make the effort to sprint in. It was a lovely looping, curling ball to the edge of the box from Gerard Moreno, who does seem to be playing at a different level than the rest of his teammates.
Yeah, well, he has done all season. Just oozes class, Gerard Moreno. Every time he's on the ball, he's looking to do something, whether it's a clever little turn, a clever pass, or a shot at goal. Very, very, very good footballer.
Felipe Luis for Atletico. We're into the last 5 minutes of this opening period. Lucas to Jimenez. Savic. Back to Jimenez. Savic once more. Here's Koke. Pass there to Lucas. Felipe Luis putting inside Victor Sanchez. Back to Koke. Lucas. Thomas. Lucas once more. Painstakingly slow build up from Atletico. Koke. Savic to Visalico. Koke offering. Visalico not taking the offer. Savic now square to Jimenez. A long possession from Atletico, getting nowhere near the final third. It's a question for Espanyol to keep the concentration in the shape here.
They've barely crossed this 10-metre area of the pitch, have they?
It's been a minute and a half since Espanyol got a touch. Visalico whips the cross in, blocked by Didac Vila. Hits it straight back to Koke. Visalico, this time it's Vila's back that blocks him, throw into Atletico. Savic, first touch from Arona. It's a good idea, didn't quite come off for him. Ball cleared, straight back to Jimenez. Savic. Looking to link with Visalico. One or two sounds of applause there for the youngster.
We have seen him give the ball away a few times.
Yeah.
Obviously, he'll be running on adrenaline. He'll be very, very nervous, making his debut for Atletico Madrid. But sometimes you think when you get a situation like this, you just want to do the simple things right, and at the moment he's maybe tried to complicate things a little bit and has ended up giving the ball away on a couple of occasions.
I mean, I'm calling him the youngster. He's older than Lucas Hernandez, and there and thereabouts with Jimenez, so late debutee, if you like. Arona. Here's Lucas, finds Felipe Luis. Koke. Stefan Savic. So often he picks out his Salicos, forced back by Oscar Melendo. Jimenez. Too firm for Felipe Luis, throw into Espanyol, who haven't got a sniff of the ball in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
No, but they won't be too worried.
They won't.
David Gallego will be happy with how disciplined his side have been. They haven't allowed Atletico Madrid to get into that final third, especially not create basically any goal-scoring opportunities in the entire match so far. Most of the danger has been coming down the other end, and let's be fair, there hasn't been an awful lot of that either.
Savage to Thomas, dispossessed there superbly by Darder. Darder to Baptistao. Baptistao gets into the area, and that's exactly what you've been talking about.
Yeah, sums him up, that, because he makes the right run, he's got good pace, the first touch is perfect, and then it comes to the scoring bit, and it's like he just doesn't really know what to do. It was a really, really tame shot. He never looked convincing, did he, when he was over it?
And I think Jano Black was well aware of that. Usual half-time roundup. The half-time score at the Wanda Metropolitano: Atletico Madrid 0, Espanyol 0. Welcome back to the Wanda Metropolitano, the Atletico Madrid players going down the steps and up onto the pitch for the second half of this clash from round 36 between Atletico and Espanyol. 0-0 at half-time. The best chance coming from Gerard Moreno with a left-footed daisy cutter from just outside the box, which Jana Black got a fingertip to and knocked onto the base of the upright. For Atletico, the main news, the forced substitution of Vitolo on 26 minutes, and it looks to me as though Saul Niguez will be coming on in the second half. Let's see who he replaces. I think we're also expecting to see at some stage, probably with about 20 minutes to go, Duncan, if the score's still at 0-0, Antoine Griezmann.
I think so, yeah. They're the two players that I'd really like to see in this second half to try and spice things up a bit and give Atletico Madrid a bit of a creative edge, because at the moment they've been quite disappointing in the first 45 minutes. There is Saul awaiting this second half, ready to come on the sidelines, and I think the game really needs him.
It does. Who do you expect him to replace? It's got to be Thomas or Coquelin, surely.
Yeah, and we've seen Coquelin coming out already, haven't we, I think?
So, unless...
Thomas is on the screen right now, so it's definitely not him. It'd be a disaster if it was Arona.
It would, but then again, he hasn't really taken much advantage of the 20 minutes he's had so far. He looked very nervous indeed. Lost possession on 3 or 4 occasions. Let's see the number 8 of Saul Niguez, and he is replacing Koke, well, giving Koke some well-deserved rest.
Yeah, so it really is like for like. Saul will slip into the middle of midfield. It means that Atletico Madrid will continue to play with 3 central defenders, 2 wing backs, and Saul in the middle of midfield alongside Thomas. There was an option, of course, that they could change their formation with Saul coming on, but there you see Koke on the bench alongside Griezmann.
Serious faces on the Atletico bench. Vitolo's still there. That gives us the impression it's not too serious, but probably just wanting to avoid risks. The fact that he felt the twinge in the back of the thigh muscle, immediately made that gesture of that hands rolling over each other for a change, and the bench responding instantly. Espanyol attacking the goal to the left of your screen. There's a chase for Gerard Moreno. Can't quite get there. It was just controlled over the line by Jose Maria Jimenez. Somewhat disappointing first half in a way. Espanyol started brightly, looking very confident with possession of the ball under new manager David Gallego. In fact, they just edged the possession in the first half.
They did.
That's not really a massive surprise, as the rival is Atletico. It's more of a surprise, a positive one for Espanyol.
Exactly, and certainly under Quique Sanchez Flores, possession was just not important. They weren't a team that wanted the ball. They wanted to catch other teams on the counter-attack if they could. They've got pace up front, especially with Leo Baptistao and Gerard Moreno. The likes of Piatti, who was in the team earlier in the season. They could do that, but certainly possession wasn't important, and David Gallego has come in and changed that.
It's Atletico on the break. It's blocked by Didac Vila. Carlos Roca Sanchez struggling there under pressure from Gameiro. And for a moment there, absolutely everybody was on the pitch in the shadow part of the pitch, almost as though they were avoiding, like so many vampires, the sunlight. Moreno floated in towards Baptistao, and the flag up for offside against the Hispano-Brazilian.
Pity. It was a good first touch, and I don't think he is offside actually. Well, it was a good run more than a good first touch. In fact, the defence cleared the ball quite easily, but he made a good run in behind. It was an excellent ball over the top as well.
Just not sure if maybe the linesman spotted a handball there instead of offside, because it clearly was onside. Throw into Atletico. Oscar Melendo there, putting the ball directly out of touch. Here's Thomas. Now Jimenez.
I thought Melendo looked good in the first half. We didn't see an awful lot of him, but when we did, he's quite small, got obviously a very low
centre of gravity.
That's the word I was looking for, thank you, Simon. Yeah, very low centre of gravity, and that helps him with his movement, helps him when he's got the ball to get beyond players. He looks skillful.
Good ball in, testing there from Visalico, just too firm for Gameda, and the ball had actually gone out and then curled back in. I think the key moment we saw from Oscar Melendo in the first half was that lovely step over in the move which ended with Gerard Moreno hitting the post. The best bit of football we saw in the first half.
You're right, and that also showed his good vision. He knew exactly where Gerard Moreno was, and he then continued his run into the box. I thought Gerard Moreno could have found him with a pass. Instead, Moreno went for goal and very nearly found the back of the net. If it wasn't for a wonderful save from Jan Oblak, he would have done.
Is Oblak's opposite number, Pau Lopez, putting the ball back in touch. It's a long one, well convincingly in the air by Thomas Partey, headed back in by Javi Lopez. Neat footwork from Darde there. It's collected by Didac Vila. Rocky Sanchez to Oscar Melendo. Busy little player. He finds Sergi Darde there once more. Bursting through Lopez. I think that's a cross, and I think Batista wasn't too far away from it. Didn't quite have the belief that he could get there to the far post. Lively start to the second half from the visitors. Superb footwork from Torres. He missed the ball in the air but reacted brilliantly after Lopez failed to bring it under control. This is Visalico. Lovely cross in. Naldo with a header. Victor Sanchez keeping the ball in play. Neat control from him.
Thumbs up from Kevin Gameda, who'd made a brilliant run into the box, and it was a very good ball in as well, and it so nearly found the French striker. Good defending in the end from Espanyol.
Saul laying it off to Fernando Torres. Good work there. It's collected, however, by Javi Lopez, who plays himself into trouble, but with a little bit of fortune wins a goal kick.
And we've just seen a really positive run from Saul, and that's what was missing in the first half. We barely saw that at all.
And David Gallego's gone up to the stands, not for disciplinary reasons, just to get a better view, I think, Duncan.
Well, we were seeing on the graphic that it said he'd been sent off.
Oh, really? Well, maybe he did then.
But I have to say, I don't see a reason for it, because we haven't seen him arguing with the fourth official, have we?
Certainly didn't see the images, but we'll have to wait and get confirmation. I thought maybe just a la Alex Ferguson decided to, by the way, we wish a speedy recovery from LaLiga TV to Sir Alex Ferguson, of course. Just fancied a more aerial view of things, but I didn't see the graphic personally. We'll get confirmation when we can on that. Thomas. Gamedo. Felipe Luis. Testing cross. Fernando Torres got his head to it, bullied it out of Pau Lopez's hands. Lopez stays down. In the end, the ball going wide. I'm not sure if that's Lopez staying down because he was genuinely fouled or not. Sir Saul with the header. Took it out of the hands of the keeper. No free kick given, in fact a corner given, so Pau Lopez can feel very fortunate about that. Corner number 2 for Atletico, swung in low by Thomas Partey. Torres with a lovely back header. Saul, what a difference Saul's made since coming on.
Instant, isn't it? I think he was offside on that occasion, so it wouldn't have counted, but it struck it really firmly, and it's a good save by Paul. Nonetheless, it is near post, but yeah, you're absolutely right. Saul, crucial.
See there that the offside decision was correct. That was on target, and as you pointed out, despite the fact that the flag's up for offside, Powell didn't have time to see it, had to react, and react he did on the near post. Puts the ball back into play. Gerard Moreno clutching his head, leaves that for Melendo superbly, gets the return ball. Finds Leo Baptiste out, falls for Oscar Melendo! And it's 1-0 to Atletico! Whether that'll go down for Melendo or go down as an own goal, I'm not sure. Jan Oblak looking massively disappointed. Raul Tamudo sitting next to David Gallego. 1-0 to Espanyol. I think it came off Jimenez, but I think it was going goalward anyway, Duncan.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it'll count as Melendo's goal. And what he does really well is, I know we don't know exactly where this ball was going, but look, it just takes a split second to set himself, strike the ball properly. Whether or not it would have gone in without the help of Jimenez, I'm not so sure.
It's actually Stefan Savic, isn't it? I'll tell you one thing's for sure, Jan Oblak would have saved it if it hadn't been for Savic. It's Jimenez who looked kind of really down, but it's Savic with a tremendous header there, completely wrong-footing the keeper, who had it covered, I think.
I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right. But it's a goal nonetheless, and once again, Espanyol beat Atletico Madrid at Cornellà earlier on in the season, beat them 1-0, ended their unbeaten record at the start of this campaign. It was an 88th minute goal from Sergio Garcia on that occasion, but now it's Oscar Melendo who's found the back of the net, thanks to a header from Savic. It was on target, so I think it will count as Melendo's goal, but it certainly helped an awful lot that Savic took the ball away from the goalkeeper Jan Oblak, and Espanyol have taken the lead.
You can see what he was trying to do. He didn't have much time to react, just tried to get his head in the way and clear it, but ended up putting it into the top corner. Meanwhile, it's a free kick for Atletico. Thomas floating it in. Gerard Moreno gets his head to it. The whistle goes for a challenge on David Lopez. 1-0 to Espanyol. Not only did they beat Atletico up in the RCD Stadium, they beat Real Madrid, as you mentioned at the beginning of this game. One of the few teams to hold Barcelona.
And they beat them in the cup.
Beating them in the cup. So when they're faced with top-class opposition and clearly go into the game highly motivated, this Espanyol team can be very, very difficult indeed to face.
They can be, and
it's been against the lower teams that they've suffered, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And the example being that poor 1-1 draw at home last time out to already relegated Las Palmas.
But I think especially under Quique Sanchez Flores, they just didn't look motivated, and it took a big clash to get the team motivated, and that's why against the likes of Atletico, against Real Madrid, against Barca, they put in a completely different performance. And that 1-1 at home against Football Club Barcelona, don't forget Gerard Piqué scored that really late goal as well, so they were fairly close to beating Barca for the first time in the league at Cornellà. They did finally get that first victory against their local rivals at Cornellà, but it came in the cup. They weren't obviously able to knock Barca out of the cup over both legs, and Barca would go on to win it, thrashing Sevilla 5-0 in the final. What a performance that was, and a great way for Andres Iniesta to say goodbye with silverware as well, putting in one of his best performances for as long as I can remember.
Well, it certainly was a bigger ask for Barcelona, that two-legged cup tie against Espanyol, than the final itself, that's for sure. But to see and think back about those performances from Espanyol, why on earth are they so far down the table? I mean, they clearly have tremendous spirit, and when you see them against the bigger teams, they're really, really fearsome rivals. 1-0 up here in the Metropolitano. Didac Villa over the top, first time by Melendo, just too firm for Baptistao, who turns around and gives him a mouthful there. But I think Oscar Melendo did the right thing.
I think he did really well, yeah.
Into the box.
Yeah, it was difficult as well, a difficult skill, and okay, it got away from Leo Baptistao, but it was a good effort from Melendo, and he looks quality, I think. He links up really nicely with Gerard Moreno, and sometimes when you see two players of similar class linking up like that, it's just a football intelligence that both men have got, and I think Melendo has got that. I think Gerard Moreno likes playing with him.
Good run from Saul here, lays it off to Visalico. Unusually imprecise cross from him, and Victor Sanchez nods it out for a throw-in for Atletico. Stefan Savic took a deflection, and it will be a corner for Atletico. And Duncan, you're confirming that David Gallego, the Espanyol manager, has been given a red card?
Yeah, he's been sent off. We haven't seen the images. I have to say I didn't notice what happened, but he's been sent off. He's up in the stands, and since he was up there, Espanyol have taken the lead.
Can only assume it's something he must have said to the referee in the tunnel going out after the first half. I can't see any major cause for his anger, unless it was that late challenge on Victor Sanchez made by Lucas,
which we decided wasn't even a poor challenge. It was a 50-50, wasn't it?
Exactly, but I mean that was the last play of the first half.
Yeah, you're right.
He must have responded by having a bit of a go at the referee, Mr. Jose Luis Muera, who in turn responded by getting out the red card for the Espanyol manager. Difficult crossing, dealt with by who else? Gerard Moreno. And the final player to touch it, Arona. It will be a goal kick. Moments of pressure from Atletico, having gone 1-0 down. They've responded firmly. Espanyol holding their ground. There's that header. I mean, for Oblak, that was going to be relatively straightforward. We see Jimenez was clearly Savic, wasn't it?
It was Savic, yeah. It was Savic. Right in front of Jan Oblak. Obviously, no time for the goalkeeper to react. And it's precisely what you said before, Simon. In that kind of situation, when the ball's coming straight at you, as the last defender, you have to get your body in the way. You have to. And his reaction was just to get something on it, to try and stop it from going goalwards, and in the end, all he did was put it beyond his own goalkeeper.
Fernando Torres holding the ball up well, supported here by Visalico. Now Saul, he sees the arrival wide on the left of Felipe Luis. What a lovely first touch from Felipe Luis. He wins the corner. That's what they've been missing. That control was superb.
Incredible.
Completely took out Javi Lopez. Well defended in the end by Espanyol, but Felipe Luis is back.
He is, yeah. And what an addition to the squad. What a classy first touch that was.
Another corner. The referee, before allowing it to be taken, wants to have words with Fernando Torres and Roca Sanchez. Neither of those two are going to give much to the rival. Sanchez sticking to the kid. Corner swung in. It's an awkward one. And it was Jimenez with the challenge on Pau Lopez. Look at Pau Lopez's reaction, sprinting out towards the referee. How dare you not give a free kick in my favour? He's picked up a yellow card as a result.
Unsurprisingly, he was almost chasing the referee.
He felt he'd been flattened by Jimenez. There's a yellow card, I think, for Didac Villa as well.
Yeah.
And again, these are these nonsensical yellow cards that you pick up, and there's no need. You're never going to get the referee to change his mind.
No, it's easy for us to say it though, isn't it?
There's not even that much, quite frankly, from the central defender Jimenez. Yeah, the arm's on him. Yeah, he drops the ball. It's not exactly it's not the most shocking challenge on a keeper we've seen from a corner.
No, it's not at all. And he gets up like a bull. Goes charging at the referee.
2 yellow cards for Espanyol, plus the managers being sent to the stands. Doesn't exactly send the best message to your players either.
I was thinking exactly the same. Yeah, David Gallego can't really turn around and say anything to Pau Lopez about his reaction there when he's done exactly the same and got himself sent off.
I mean, as you commented just a moment ago, we both saw the replay and felt, yes, it was a firm challenge, and yes, Victor Sanchez clearly felt it, but it didn't really seem worthy of that kind of anger or the kind of response that presumably has earned a red card for the manager David Gallego. Victor Sanchez still on the pitch, of course, so no major harm done. Here's Roca Sanchez.
And we've just seen again that combination I was talking about earlier, Simon. Melendo into Gerard Moreno. Just a clever little flick from Melendo. Knew exactly where Gerard Moreno was, and Moreno was on the exact same wavelength to receive it.
Sergi Darder, it's well defended by Lucas. The ball fell nicely for him. He chips it forward, where it's won in the air by David Lopez. Sent on his way by Didac Vila. And unable to keep it in play. Victor Sanchez, throwing quickly taken by Atletico. And there's a foul committed by Fernando Torres on David Lopez.
David Gallego, Simon, sorry, said just before this game, he said, "We are completely convinced that we can go to the Metropolitano and bring all 3 points back to Barcelona." Interesting to hear that wording and see that he really did believe it, or he certainly sounded as if he did. And don't forget, nobody has taken 3 points in the league from the Metropolitano yet. Espanyol would become the first team to do that in La Liga, and they actually were the first team to win all 3 points at the new San Mamés. They did that in 2014. San Mamés, the new one, Athletic Club, had gone on a good long unbeaten run, but Espanyol put an end to that.
Again, it's that theory, isn't it, that they tend to raise their game against the tougher opposition. As we see another change, Felipe Luis applauded off, is going to be replaced by Gabi. That's all 3 changes made for Atletico. Presumably they're going to change to a 4-man back 4 now.
Yeah.
Great to see this man back. He's been his old self. A couple of really brilliant touches. We saw that lovely control just a few minutes ago. But Gabi comes on for the last few minutes. I was kind of expecting to see the 3rd substitution, Griezmann for Torres, but clearly more important to look after Felipe Luis.
I don't understand why Griezmann's on the bench then. You know, if you're going to rest him, leave him out of the squad. If you're losing one, if you've got him on the bench, it's because if you're losing, he can come on and change the game. Well, they're losing 1-0 and they still haven't put him on. So why not give him a proper rest and leave him out of the squad entirely?
Going back to your remarks about the comments pre-game by David Gallego, and maybe this could be a combining factor that made him lose his rag, if presumably that's what happened to earn the red card at half-time. He's not, according to the club, on the shortlist of 3 replacement managers for next season. Oh, lovely footwork there from Batistao! And once again the shot, the final product, lets him down. He's trying to curl it round the keeper, but hits it straight at Jan Oblak, who stays down. Yeah,
Jan Oblak's gone down. It's come from the challenge from Gerard Moreno, who lashed the ball goalwards. He had every right to. The ball was there to be won for Gerard Moreno. Oblak made the save. I'm not sure if it's contact with Gerard Moreno or contact with the ball that's hurt him, but this is worrying times for Atletico Madrid. They certainly don't want to lose their goalkeeper before the Europa League final.
Well, the whole move was brilliantly set up by Moreno. Batistao gets beyond Savic with ease, but it's a really poor attempt. I mean, he had that one with the left foot in the first half. He made that too easy for Jan Oblak. I just wonder if this is connected to the news that the club say he's not being even considered for the job.
I'm sure it is. You know, it's got to affect players and managers.
And he probably thinks we come to the Wanda Metropolitano, get a win, should be 2-0 up. Why aren't I being considered? You know?
And the thing is, he'd done such a brilliant job with the B team.
Yep.
He won the league with the B team. I think with 8 games still to play, they went on an unbeaten run of 30 matches. So it was astonishing what he achieved there, and that was obviously why they trusted him to be on the bench for the last few games, when at that time Espanyol still could have gone down, don't forget, and he has got a good reaction out of them. They've won 1 and drawn 1, and now they're winning at Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, absolutely. It's understandable if deep down David Gallego's feeling annoyed, frustrated, probably even cheated in a way, because what, are they going to send him back to the B team? Has he lost the B team job now and doesn't have a chance, having come in and you could say saved the club? I mean, that's probably a bit of an exaggeration.
Slightly,
but not too much.
No, I don't think so. No, because as we were saying, they were in a position where they could have gone down, and after a run of, I think, 6 games without a win, they'd lost 5 and drawn 1 of 6 games before David Gallego took over. They then win their first game away at Girona when they'd lost at home against Girona in what was the first ever Catalan derby against Girona in the top flight. They then beat them 2-0 at their place, draw 1-1 at home against Las Palmas, which, okay, was maybe a slightly disappointing result, but at least it wasn't a defeat. And look at them now, on the verge of being the first team in La Liga to win at the Metropolitano.
The vagaries of decisions made off the pitch in football. This one falling for Arona, tries a shot, misconnects, and it's gathered comfortably by Pau Lopez. But certainly for David Gallego, he's watching this one from the stands and won't be around next time out. Savage plays it back to Jano Black, who had a couple of nervy moments having recovered from the knock in that last great opportunity from Espanyol. Showed that despite being absolutely a world-class keeper, the playing of the ball out with his feet isn't his greatest ability, is it? And it's probably why he's at Atletico Madrid. All respects to Atletico, and not one of the huge champions challenging clubs.
And it's something we've talked about before, isn't it, when we've compared Ter Stegen and Jano Black, the 2 best goalkeepers in terms of clean sheets and goals conceded this season, and probably spectacular saves made as well. You'd say that they're both at the perfect club. Ter Stegen is incredible with his feet, so good in fact that he could be an outfield player. And Oblak is a brilliant shot stopper.
Espanyol insisting through Gerard Moreno, well dealt with by Saul on that occasion. Here's Thomas playing the ball out. Arona making a run. Lovely ball from Thomas, and brilliantly defended by Didac Vila. And to the frustration of Salika, he couldn't find a teammate to take the quick throw, giving Espanyol a chance to get back. Here's Thomas Partey. First time in by Gameiro. Dispossessed. Roca Sanchez giving one for Baptistão to chase. It's dealt with by Stefan Savage. Jimenez starts again for Atletico. Lovely control by Gameiro, and brilliant reaction from Naldo. Again, a challenging tackle to make that inside your own area. Once again, we see the connection between Baptistão and Moreno. Moreno getting away from Partey, trying to do the same to Jimenez, who used his physicality there to bully Moreno off the ball. And we're going to see a change in Espanyol. Marc Roca is going to be coming on. 20 years of age, product of the excellent Espanyol Youth Academy. It's a central midfielder. Could well be Victor Sanchez who he replaces. Saul Nieguez. Gabi. Saul. Floated into the far post and put into the roof of the net. Still 1-0 as Espanyol prepare to make their first change. And it is going to be, I can't read that for the life of me, it's going to be Sergi Dade replaced by Marc Roca. And that won't affect too much the Espanyol formation for the remaining 20 minutes or so.
Workmanlike performance from Sergi Dade. Now being replaced by Marc Roca. got a good number of opportunities in the Espanyol side last season. Took part in 25 matches, starting 14 of them. He's only made one start so far this season. This is 5th substitute appearance, so not played nearly as much this term as he did in the last campaign.
Well, a magnificent opportunity for him here. There are 18 minutes left on the clock in the Wanda Metropolitano against second place Atletico, fighting to finish above their neighbours and rivals Real Madrid, who of course play in the Clásico in the Camp Nou a little bit later on today. In fact, they kick off in 3 hours' time. And of course, Atletico won't be thinking of getting any favours from Barcelona, but they'll be hoping for a Barca win, and they would have been hoping for a win today to make that second place finish beyond doubt. Of course, Real Madrid with the game in hand, they play Sevilla on Wednesday. Torres, I should say, seeing the armband there. Maybe think Arona pulled back a little bit there by Melendo, and that'll be a free kick and a yellow card for Oscar Melendo, and he has no complaint about the referee's decision.
He's been better, Arona, in this second half, hasn't he? He's looked more positive, looked more confident. I don't know if maybe Diego Simeone said something to him at half-time, but if he did, it certainly has worked. Hasn't been as nervous. We've seen him getting his head down, taking players on, taking the ball up the field. It's looked much better, I think.
Yeah, and that was a lovely first touch as well to start the run. The header there, a rather poor one from Jose Maria Jimenez.
It's just the wrong decision, I think. From that angle, I think he should have been putting the ball straight back across the line. There was 3 or 4 Atletico Madrid players that could potentially have got a touch on the ball and put it beyond Pau.
Simeone looking concerned, the home fans venting their frustration, and Espanyol, well, comfortably on top. Moreno back to Lopez, inside to Marc Roca, first touch from him. He got a little bit of a welcome from Fernando Torres there, referee waving play on to that Villa. Back to Naldo. David Lopez finds Javi Lopez. I'm going to say dispossessed by Gamedo, but wins the referee's decision, a free kick in favour of Espanyol. They've dealt with everything Atletico have been able to throw at them this afternoon. Very impressive Naldo, bearing in mind he doesn't play too regularly this season in central defence, but looking calm, the Brazilian. There's Pau's reaction that earns an immediate yellow card. The yellow card already in the referee's hand before he even got to him. Roca to Melendo. Lopez. First time from Gerard Moreno to Javi Lopez. He sends it down the line. And Victor Sanchez winning the throw. Or rather, Jimenez putting the ball out. And we're going to see Sergio Garcia for Leo Baptistao, presumably.
Presumably, yeah. I wonder if that change has come via text message from David Gallego. We've just seen him on his mobile phone. Always good to watch Sergio Garcia. Always a pleasure when he's on the field of play. Such a brilliant, classy, quality footballer.
Baptistao all the way back to Naldo. Lopez floating one forward. Moreno. 2-0 to Espanyol. Leo Baptistao almost as though sensing that it's his number that's going up on the electronic board to be substituted. This time makes no mistake. This time on the right foot. Drives it low across the surface of the Metropolitano pitch. Oblak reacted. Couldn't do anything to stop it. And it's Oscar Melendo involved again. And he's a little bit unsighted, I think, there, Oblak. It's a lovely first touch with the left foot. Leo Baptistao, Duncan, proving the doubters, you and I think we can say, completely wrong.
Well, he doesn't do this enough. We both have said that he's a quality footballer. He's got a great first touch, he's got good vision, he's quick, but he doesn't score enough goals. That's only a 7th of the season. But this time he puts his boot through the ball. It's a confident strike. He's had 2 opportunities so far today, and they've been tame efforts that he's kind of passed into the gloves of Jan Oblak. On that occasion, it was a good first touch. It sat up beautifully for him on the sort of half volley, and he absolutely smashed it into the back of the net. Brilliant finish, and they're leading by 2-0 Espanyol.
They are, and Sergio Garcia came on to replace Oscar Melendo, who we're giving the opening goal to, even if the officials decide it was an own goal by Stefan Savic. And now with 3 out-and-out strikers on the pitch, Espanyol, Baptistao, Gerard Moreno and Sergio Garcia, and Atletico Madrid. Difficult to see how they can come back from this, but this is a Simeone side until the final whistle goes there in the game. One back there by Jimenez. Floated forward towards Sarona and safely into the hands of Pau Lopez. Didac Vila back to Naldo. Carlos Roca Sanchez. Lopez. Didac. He gets away from the challenge first of Thomas and then of Visalico. It's Marc Roca. David Lopez to Javi Lopez. Gets it back from Victor Sanchez, his La Roca Sanchez. Victor back to Lopez once more. And all the way back to Pau Lopez. Floated forward there for Sergio Garcia to chase. A little nudge in the back of Jose Maria Jimenez. Goal kick given. Sergio Garcia feels it should have been a corner. It should really have been a foul perhaps against the Espanyol striker, but if the foul isn't given, you can understand his frustration that the corner wasn't given. Just over 10 minutes to go for Atletico to find a reaction and get back into this game. Fernando Torres bullied off that one by Naldo. Roca plays it back to Lopez. It's Victor Sanchez. That's really taken the tension out of the Metropolitano now.
It's amazing, isn't it? Espanyol thoroughly deserve to be leading in this game. They've had more of the ball, they've done more with it, they've created more goal-scoring chances. They've had 6 shots on target to Atletico Madrid's 3.
And that's given away to Gerard Moreno. It was Gabi who did it. There's Sergio Garcia, poor first touch though, and he reacted a bit late. Still the ball back in the control of Espanyol, Victor Sanchez. Roca to Villa, Didac Vila. Now Gerard Moreno. Naldo under pressure from Fernando Torres, plays it back to Pau Lopez. Victor Sanchez. Lopez back to Sanchez. La Roca to Lopez. And it's almost as though the Atletico Madrid players have given this one up in a way, just hanging back, not throwing themselves into challenges. The pressing is relaxed, to say the least.
Yeah, it does look as though they've given up. I completely agree. And we were saying at the start of this second half they needed something different because they were poor in the first half, and Saul came on and he looked to change things.
That was a lovely ball in from Sergio Garcia to Gerard Moreno, who greeted it on the volley with the left foot, but unable to hit the target. Jose Manuel Jurado is going to come on to replace Gerard Moreno for the closing 8 minutes or so. It's been a workmanlike performance from Gerard Moreno. Big smile as he shakes hands with Leo Baptistao on his way off. There's the moment where Gallego communicating to the dugout. No question what's going on there. And with 7.5 minutes to go, Gerard Moreno given a well-earned break. What a superb season he's had for Espanyol this season. Absolutely crucial, although the 2 goals scored today mean he's now got less than 50% of Espanyol's LaLiga goals.
I was going to say, it's strange to see Espanyol leading 2-0 and not see his name on the score sheet. Big game, of course, for Jurado. Always a big game against Atletico Madrid. He was here for 2 separate spells between 2007 and 2011, with a year at Mallorca in between.
He's a real globetrotter, isn't he?
He really is, yeah.
Spartak Moscow, Watford, started at Real Madrid as a youngster. Plenty of talent there.
Schalke as well. He's been all round the place, hasn't he?
It's Visalico for Atletico. And again, that's really well defended. Leo Baptistao helping out there. Dido Vila did the main body of work, but it was Baptistao with the final block. Visalico with a long throw into the box, flicked on by Arona into the hands of Pau Lopez.
And as if Real Madrid needed any extra impetus against Football Club Barcelona, any extra reasons to go to the Camp Nou and win that game, they've now got them. Atletico Madrid losing at home, a victory for Real Madrid would put them to within 1 point of Atletico, and then of course they've got that game in hand. So if they were to beat Barca and win their game in hand, they'd officially be above Atletico Madrid in the table. So it could be a interesting double whammy today at the Camp Nou for Real Madrid. And if you look at the statistics of the home teams in the Clásico, only 1 victory in the last 8 by a team playing at home in El Clásico, which is quite incredible. Barca have only won 3 of their last 11 home fixtures against Real Madrid. So although of course Barca are favourites because of how they come into the game, because they haven't been beaten all season, because they've already won the league, and because they've generally played better football than Real Madrid in La Liga this season, there's no question that there's every chance that Real Madrid are going to nick all 3 points.
And how interesting that Duncan McMath is saying that it's Espanyol's performance that could give Real Madrid extra motivation against Barcelona in the Clásico later on today. That would certainly be delightful for all fans of the Budgies. The ball in, well dealt with by Didac Vila, who's been excellent at left back today. Roca Sanchez, falling for Lopez. He's got a chance to get onto that as well. Well defended though by Lucas. Applause for him from the faithful. There aren't too many of them left in the Metropolitano as we're into the last 5 minutes here this afternoon. Disappointing performance. There won't be too many criticisms of them from the Atletico faithful, however, bearing in mind the heroics of Thursday. Here's Arona on the ball. Now Gabi. Visalico to Saul. Savage. Visalico.
You'd think that surely this has got to work in David Gallego's favour, even if before this match he wasn't on the shortlist to become the new Espanyol manager. Maybe after a performance like this, after 3 games unbeaten, maybe he does work his way onto that shortlist.
Whistle goes, free kick in favour of Atletico. Jimenez winning it. 3.5 minutes to go. Gabi will take the free kick. Just lacking a little bit of the urgency of old, this Atletico performance today. As I say, They had it taken out of them on Thursday in the second leg of the semi-final of the Europa League against Arsenal. And it is a squad with a certain lack of depth on the bench.